Mr. Speaker, I rise this evening in memory of my friend Ross Beach. The House rules only allow me 5 minutes to speak, and it's difficult to summarize anyone's life in such a short time, but impossible to do justice to the life of Mr. Beach. Ross passed away this weekend at his home at the age of 92. Ross was defined by family and friends, business success, and charity. A lifelong Kansan, Ross received his education in my hometown of Hays, and following a childhood upbringing in the oil and gas fields of western Kansas, Ross enrolled at Kansas State University, where he met and later married the love of his life, Mariana Kistler. They were married in 1941. Ross's service as a naval aviator during World War II sparked an interest in flying that would continue throughout his life. Ross was a pioneer in our state in banking, radio and television, and in oil and gas. His many professional endeavors created jobs and economic opportunities for many Kansans. He was the president of Kansas Natural Gas Company and chairman of the board of Douglas County Bank. His success in the business world was overshadowed only by his and his wife's generosity. Ross and Mariana are among our state's most prolific supporters of arts and education, and the greatest supporters that perhaps we will ever see in our state. On the campuses of Fort Hays State University, the Beach family helped fund the Beach Schmidt Performing Arts Center, and Ross's generosity made possible the construction of the nationally renowned Sternberg Museum of Natural History. The Mariana Kistler Beach Museum of Art on the campus of Kansas State University bears the name of Mrs. Beach, which was named for her in commemoration of their 50th wedding anniversary. My wife Rob and I have been honored to serve on the Board of Visitors of the Art Museum that bears the Beach name, and we're able to witness firsthand the passion and commitment Ross and Mariana had for culture and the arts in Kansas. On the campus of the University of Kansas, Ross assisted in the formation of the Beach Center on Disability, where Kansans with disabilities and their families are helped to find healthier and more productive lives. Kansans from all walks of life have benefited from Ross's compassion to others and his service to community. He was recognized in many occasions, including his designation as Kansan of the Year in 2002, the President's Award from Kansas State University in 1989, and along with his wife, the citation for distinguished service from both the University of Kansas and Fort Hays State University. Despite his stature in our community and state, Mr. Beach always treated every person he encountered with respect and dignity. Anyone who met Ross easily became a lifelong friend. As a young, newlywed couple starting out our new life in Hays, the first invitation Rob and I received was to come to Ross and Mariana's home for dinner. There was never a more gracious couple than the Beaches. For our large portion of my life, I joined Ross and other businessmen and professionals for lunch at the round table. While there was a lot of talk of sports and politics, I learned a lot more about life by listening to Mr. Beach. From our earliest meeting to just last month, he was my friend and advisor, and I hate the thought that no longer do I have the ability to pick up the phone and see what Mr. Beach thought of one of my ideas, or to discuss what was going on in our small town neighborhood, or what was happening on the world stage. My friendship with Mr. Beach certainly opened doors for me in both business and politics, but more importantly, he gave me the confidence to realize that this small town Kansas kid could one day be able to serve his state in the Congress of the United States of America. While my family and I are saddened by the death of Ross Beach, we take comfort in knowing that the legacy of Mr. Beach will endure far beyond our own generation. While Ross Beach may have donated his talents and treasures, it is caring nature and generous soul that I and many others will miss most. To Mariana and daughters Mary McDowell and husband Gary, Terry Edwards and husband R.A., and Jane Hipp and husband Steve, I offer my deepest sympathies, and I ask my colleagues to join me in celebrating the life of a man dedicated to service and committed to making Kansas and America a better place to live and work. We are told, to whom much is given, much is expected. Ross Beach more than fulfilled this expectation, and I'm honored this evening to pay tribute to an amazing, larger-than-life man that I had the fortune to know for nearly 35 years. The man who loved to fly, soared throughout his life, and landed safely on heaven's shore.